the environment is really important, and a lot of people don't understand that there are things that we can do to help our oceans, and your company is doing something really interesting. And so talk a little bit about yourself and the company.
So my name is Shimrit Perkol-Finkel. I'm the co-founder and CEO. I founded the company with Dr. Ido Sela. Both of us are marine biologists coming from diving and examining these beautiful ecosystems, but also seeing a lot of devastation to those beautiful habitats. And for that reason, we established ECOncrete, which kind of bridges the gap between the need of people to build and protect the coastline and develop the coastline, but also the need to preserve some of our marine ecosystems and marine services. So ECOncrete is a solution of concrete infrastructure that actually allows for oysters and corals and fish to thrive on the structure, while also, of course, providing their original function to protect our city or to build a pier or a port or whatever.
One of the things that I learned recently is about coral. And there's actually a problem now in the oceans. The coral is now, because of pollution, it's been disintegrating. And so, whenever you come up with an idea, sort of a big idea, how do you sort of say, okay, here's the steps to achieve our goal? It's a big goal. What was your process?
So first of all, we had to tackle concrete. We identified the problem that concrete infrastructure is not functioning well. It doesn't allow for coral to grow. And then we started studying how can we tweak the concrete to allow for the growth of the corals, but without compromising the strength. That was kind of the puzzle. That's the win-win that we did. So we started with different mixed designs. We did about 20 different compositions of concrete. We put them in the water. We had to wait for life to grow. It takes time. So we literally did surveys every 6 months or so on those components and checked which is the best one for the corals to grow on. And then once we found those, we had to check it in different ecosystems, and we also worked on the design. So we study what does that organism need, what does that fish need, what type of shelter, and we integrate that into the design. So that was kind of our learning curve.
Yeah, and I think that learning curves is sort of an interesting process, because sometimes you come with your hypothesis, and then it's like, actually, that's not right, or like this is how we have to tweak it. So was there a moment when you're like, oh, it's like that aha moment, like this process will work for the best?
So actually for us, the concept worked. We identified a number of admix designs that were good, but we didn't understand how much the benefits will be apart from the marine life. So we're finding out as we're going that the life that develops on the concrete is actually making the concrete stronger and more adaptive to sea level rise, because those life that develop on the concrete is kind of encapsulating it and protecting it. So we learned this advantage, and then we also learned that those same skeletons are also offsetting CO2. So we're getting a carbon sink. So our aha moment was the amount of advantages that we're getting from the technology that are not directly, the number of fish or diversity.
Wow. So I saw, you on Nas Daily.
Yeah.
It was like a moment, I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. And the amount of views that you got was astounding.
Insane, yeah.
So how did that work? It was just going from a company that's doing incredible work, and then now having this audience now that knows what you do. What was that moment for you?
That was amazing. Nas is amazing. I want to give him a lot of credit. He's a genius. And what I did for us is really raise the awareness to the company and to our solution. We've had fans from the Philippines, from India, from you name it, saying, we love your product. When can we have it here? Can you send me samples? And so we said, okay, we have to focus on the key markets that we're working now, but it really helped raise kind of the awareness and also to help us be more visible on even search engines. And then Bloomberg TV came and stuff happened and Fast Company and Time Magazine, so we're stoked. Right.
Storytelling comes in different ways, and especially when you have a product that can literally change the world. It's amazing. What for you was a moment when you're not only do you realize your dream, but that this can now influence the world?
Well, we developed this to make a change in the world. We understood that while in the academia we can do a lot of research, but ability to really scale and make a difference is it's only if you go to be a public company. So we established a company to do that, and then we said, okay, we need to raise money. We have products.
Right.
Now we're seeing the potential because of all the interest that we're getting. We're getting interest from partners from the industry. The major ports are now working with us on solutions. We're working with the biggest cement companies to deploy our technology through their channels. So I think that now we're starting to realize, wow, this can be really huge.
Wow. Why do you think Israelis are so innovative?
Oh, I think that something in, having a little bit of everything to go around, like having too little water, too little space, is really triggering innovative thinking. For us, for our team, it was the cross-disciplinary thinking, and even the fact that we are marine biologists developing concrete solutions, working with concrete technologists, working with product designers, engineers, like a whole suite of people working together, coming up with a very different, out-of-the-box solution. I think that's a part of the charm.
What's your plan for the next 2 years to scale?
Partnerships. I think that's the main game. Well, we don't strive to be a company with numerous offices everywhere and hundreds of employees. We want to form partnerships with the stakeholders that can deploy more efficiently our technology, and that's our goal, to close licensing agreements, to do OEM models with gray products. We're already in the process of negotiations with some of these, and hopefully we will grow the company, but our idea is to go through Europe, US, Asia, and then potentially rest of the world.
Amazing. And where can people learn more about your company?
We have a lot of information on our website at www.ECOncrete.us. We have a US website as well. We have a lot of information there. We have a blog, we have a newsletter, we have scientific publications, so technical pages, you name it, we have it, and a lot of videos, Bloomberg, NAS Daily, so a lot of resources.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.